Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team. And the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show. Show. I'm your host, Jeff Crilley, and I am thrilled to have in studio Tim Klund. Your friends call you TK.
TK, yes, sir.
And I gotta point out that you may have the biggest ring I've ever seen. Which is now hold that up.
Well,
I don't want
the
to
Cowboy
blind.
Championships. They've got a little bit on it too.
Now you're getting some glare from the
bling,
lens there.
Mm-hmm.
So you are best known. You're a serial entrepreneur, but you're best known for the Red River Celebrity Softball Game as well as the Memorial Day Celebrity Softball Game. So tell us how this all got started for you.
Well, it started because being a veteran and playing softball in the Air Force on the All Air Force softball team. I kind of lost my passion when I got out of the Air Force. You get married, you got kids, you don't have any time to do that anymore. And once my kids went back to, my oldest went to college, my youngest was in high school, it was kind of like, what can we do to raise some money, have some fun? And working with professional athletes and celebrities since 2001 as well. I have just a ton of friends that are more than open to, let's get into a softball game.
Sure.
So it started with that, just make a few phone calls and seeing what people want to do. And so we had a few, and then I was trying to figure out a game that would really go big here in Dallas. And so somebody had invited me to the OUUT weekend. And that was probably in maybe early 2017, March, April. And I hung up the phone and just the light bulb went off, like that would be the weekend to have it. So I called Roger Clemens and I was like, Rocket, what do you think? And he was like, oh man, put it together. And then it just, calling, my guys who were UT, calling my guys that were OU, they were sending guys to me. And then Roger calls and says, hey, what do you think about Toby and Matthew playing? I was like, let me think about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's roll some video while you're talking about this. And I know it's hard to wrangle celebrities. I mean, they all have people. And I mean, was it hard to bring together the stars?
No, not really. It was, the biggest thing is, the competition factor, right? And then the other thing is, this is something that you don't want to be the guy who misses this game from one of those teams, right? And so, it was, it turned out to be great. We had a veteran game before. That was after talking to the veterans, and had over 10,000 people show up at that game, and it was an absolute blast.
That's amazing. We're watching highlights from, I guess.
That's from the 2018 game.
2018 game. Amazing.
That's Toby's daughter singing there, and Matthew and Levi, and Heisman right there, Ricky, and it was just so much fun. Everybody, Bob Stoops came, Barry Switzer. It was just on and on and on, and turned out to be just a great evening. And it just, after the first year, it just became like, we're doing this. And so we just finished our third year last October.
Okay, now I want to tell you that these celebrities are serious, and so we're going to pause for a second. We got a 1-minute clip of Matthew McConaughey, and this guy, he slides into
he'll leave there, the dirtiest one on the field. He'll have I don't even know if you can clean his uniform, and his knees are all bleeding, and this is Game 7 of the World Series is what this turns out to be every year for him.
He's a great athlete, so let's roll that clip right now.
Matthew McConaughey up to bat. I'm not going to say it. One of the best actors in the game right now. Let's see if McConaughey can make an instant impact.
One of the coolest people on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. McConaughey swings and fouls that one.
That was a home run swing right there.
He's feeling it.
He hits home runs at the box office, Cam, and I want to see if he can hit a home run here.
Dazed and confused in the early 90s. That was his coming out party, if you will.
There are way too many puns that we can make about the movies he's been in and what can happen on this field right now.
McConaughey rips one into left field. Is that going to be caught? No, it won't. And we have plenty of runners ready to come across the plate. 1 run will score. A 2nd run will score. Vince Young trying to make it a 3rd. The throw to the plate is not in time. 3 RBI double for McConaughey.
Nothing dazed and confused about that swing. The left fielder was in. McConaughey saw it and drove it out into deep left field. Great stroke by Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, the Oscar winner, Best Actor from his movie, Dallas Buyers Club. I want to buy another one of those, Cam. That was a great swing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Unfortunately, Superman out there, Roy Williams, went over his head for OU because nobody knew Matthew had that type of power. But
The fans really get their money's worth when they come to these games.
It's the best of the best on both teams, right? I mean, it's all the superstars of. I mean, we go back all the way back. I mean, I don't care if they played in the 70s. If they want to come play, they're more than welcome, and everybody loves it. And the great thing is, before the game, everybody's hugging, and a lot of these guys played in the NFL together on the same teams, and everybody's family. And the first crack of the bat, it's like, don't talk to me until after the game. It's all out.
Well,
blood and war.
I asked you before the show if you had any great stories, and you started
There's a few from these games.
Some he can't tell, but tell the Whataburger story.
Yeah, so the first game, Rocket and Toby were down at Sammy Hagar's big birthday bash weekend in Cabo playing ball. So they flew out of Cabo the day of, and they picked Matthew and Levi up in L.A., and then from there they went to Austin, pick up other family members, and then they finally landed at Frisco Private Airport. So Rocket calls me about 4:30 in the afternoon. Now the home run derby starts at 6, and they're all in it. And Rocket calls me and says, "Hey, we just landed. We're good to go. We just got to grab a bite, and we're over there." And I'm like, "You're not going to have time to grab a bite in Frisco traffic. Like, you all need to haul rear end over here now, and because you still got to change, you still got to sign autographs, you still you're going to be late." He's like, "Yeah, we're on our way." So didn't think too much about it. They show up, everything's good. Well, the following year, one of Toby's security guys was like, "Yeah, we stopped at Whataburger last year before he came." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, we stopped at Whataburger." And I said, "Y'all didn't come straight from the airport?" He's like, "No, we all stopped." And so I'm thinking drive-through, and they're like, "No, we went in." And I was like, "You have to tell me this story." Like, Matthew McConaughey, Toby, everybody went in Whataburger. I said, "Yeah, it was Matthew, his son Levi, Toby, and Rocket were all in a booth together." And they're kind of in a corner, and everybody else just kind of guarding him a little bit, per se. And but he was laughing because he said everybody in Whataburger kept it like, "Hey, ain't that, hey." And so finally when they were done, they got up to eat, and it was just a quick, 10-minute in and out. Somebody came up and said, "Hey, aren't you Toby Keith?" He said, "No, man, I'm TK, but that's Matthew McConaughey right there." And then it was kind of a mad rush, right? And then it was like, "Get them in the trucks." And yeah, they made it, and it was a good time. And but I was just thinking to myself, like, you're in that Whataburger and you're going, "No." And that's kind of what the security guy was saying. Like, everybody kept looking, going, "No, there's no way that could be those guys."
That is so
And it
cool.
was him. Yeah, they just walked into Whataburger, no big deal. But that's how all three of those guys are.
Yes.
The unbelievable thing about all three of them. I mean, Rocket's 7-time Cy Young winner, 2-time World Series champ. I mean, on and on and on. Everybody knows Matthew's resume. Everybody knows Toby's resume. Probably, one of the greatest country music, not just singers, but writers.
Yes.
And people forget that he's actually in the Country Music Hall of Fame for writing, which he just got in last year or the year before. But phenomenal individuals, and they're just normal, average Joe guys. When you meet them, they're the nicest, politest.
I love to hear
it's
stories
unbelievable.
like
I mean,
that.
they are really a true talent to what they do and give back. There's zero ego in all of them.
I love to hear stories about that. Okay, so you've got one coming up. Memorial Day.
One coming up. Well, we got it. So what happened is with the OU-UT game is, again, you got to be OU-UT to play in it.
Mm-hmm.
So all my other celebrities, male, female, started complaining.
Right.
And I said, well, this isn't no fair. We won a game. So then it was like, what can we do for them? And then so we did a Memorial Day game. We did with Carry the Load.
Cool.
Last year was our first year. And we did on Memorial Day game weekend, and we had a blast, and it turned out great. And this year we're actually moving it up a week to May 16th, the weekend before Memorial Day
cool.
game. So that way everybody can go to the lake,
Yeah.
enjoy their weekend with their families, and they don't have to worry about trying to get to a game, and more celebrities are in town. So we have that coming up. This year, we're actually benefiting Folds of Honor, which is another great national charitable veteran foundation. And what they do is they actually give scholarships to children of the fallen.
Yes.
And just a phenomenal group. And then we're going to add the celebrity veteran game before the actual celebrity game. So we'll have a co-ed veteran game before the actual co-ed celebrity game. Because then, after last year with my celebrities, then all my veteran buddies, and male and female, started calling, going, well, this sucks. Why don't we have a game?
Right.
So I think after this year, I think I've got everybody taken care of. I think and then there's going to be people who don't get to play because we got a team. And so there's still going to be some upset people, but for the most part, we'll get the 80, 90% of them happy.
I love it. I love it. We're going to go ahead and put the website up, and I know that still has last year's date. So give us the date again.
May 16th.
May 16th.
And it will be at Grand Prairie Air Hogs.
Okay.
And, it's good videos on both websites and, from the games and sponsors. And, this is going to be a lot of fun. Matter of fact, come see this young man stroke a ball, too. He's going to come out playing
I
as
might
well,
be the bat boy.
Yeah. No, he can come play. It's going to be a good time.
I'll be hanging out at the Whataburger next door.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Well, listen, thank you for being a great
Oh, my God,
guest.
thanks for having me.
We'll have you back again before
I can't wait.
Before Memorial Day.
I can't wait. Appreciate it.
All right, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.